spawning on the bottom left of sequencer, a very wide map. The Protoss player of Upside Storm Gaming is Poizon. On the other side, we have the orange French Terran player. For Team LDLC is Miyako. Getting that supply depot first, of course, as the build order starts out. Both players are going to be playing on sequencer, a very wide map as shown before. Look at this distance you need between both bases. This is insane. Where's the APM count here? Oh, there we go. Both of them being in downtime, getting the gateway afterwards. So probably gas will follow up in just an instant. Or will be the same deal as Midastarch being like, well, I'm not gonna build gas. Okay, no. And get that Nexus out quickly, but that would be a suicide against a Reaper. Would be suicide, but it's not the case though. Command center first. This is what I like. I mean, this is a wide map. Why not exploit that? This is a very wide map. Lots of possibilities to harass there, but look at this. I think, yeah, Poizon scouting it out and being like, well, it's planted down, so what can I do now? I think probably harassing the SCV would be the deal here. I think this is what she should do right now. This tells there's no refinery yet. So there's no possibility of having a refinery just up. So there's no need, I think, scouting further, getting that 2 barracks is actually confirming the command center first build, even though the timing would say so. But yeah, you know, this SCV following up on that probe, this is a good call, because this guy could be annoying for that one on the natural building the command center. This is well played, and I think Miyako right now can have a better handling of macro game afterwards, because Poizon, yeah, getting the Nexus afterwards in a later timing. We'll have maybe the Adept and probably Mothership Core to deal with an eventual Reaper out, but we'll still have trouble keeping up with the production that Miyako will get out of this. So Miyako double racks here, triple racks here on that side. This is interesting. Triple racks getting lots of Marines. This could be very tough for Poizon getting that first Adept out. No Mothership Core so far. No tech building yet as well. So getting that Nexus almost up. Probably gearing up for Twilight Council here and getting Adept Glaives, or just getting for gearing up for DTs. I think this could be both solutions either. So let's see what happens as the second Adept is up. Third Adept is on the way as well. And I think she's doing it right to just build 2 gateways and keep up with the production, getting 2 Adepts at a time. We have on the other side Miyako getting both refineries, getting the eBay in case of Oracle's has spirit here impersonating on Poizon. So let's see what happens, as we don't have a tech building yet on Poizon's side, and it should be until a short moment. And yeah, I think this should definitely be a Twilight Council. I'm getting this so many Adepts. This should definitely gear up for Twilight Council. But so far we still don't have the tech. 5-6 Marines, so this is gonna be enough to deal with the 3 Adept stack. And if she keeps on producing them, yeah, this is definitely the case. No bunker needed at all. So yeah, Stalker on the side. I think Stalker number 2, or just even Sentry. I think a Sentry could be worth it as well, but Stalker number 2 would be on the way. I think probably to deflect any sort of Widow Mine attacks, so no tech building yet though. Turrets on both bases here. Anticipated that a lot. Wow, this is gonna die. Definitely. 1 SCV taken down. This is not worth it yet. 2 SCVs for nothing. Well, yeah, these Adepts died for nothing. She really needed these units early game. Now she doesn't have any of them. Doesn't have a tech building. She does have pylons everywhere. Getting the robot though, it's a little bit late. And I didn't see that coming though. Ooh. Handy. But that's gonna be totally deflected. Oh, probably this could be a thing. This could be a thing. If basically Poizon waits for Miyako to just go out her base because she doesn't have any factory starport, yeah, she could totally take out some of the SCVs there and in the main bases too. Yeah, this could happen. This could totally happen with the warp gate being ready in a short moment. I think it's already ready. Yeah. I think she forgot about it. I think it could be very deadly here, as Miyako doesn't know. And I think right now Poizon could have all the cards she needs. If she just warps in there, she just could be so deadly right now to Miyako. She doesn't have any reinforcements at home. She just, I think, now getting all the units on her base, getting the Marines 2/2, but Stimpak's almost researched, and now the fight is gonna come up. The Kunkei is gonna be researched here with his Marines, getting onto that fight. One force field, good force fields there, getting lots of Marines for nothing. Now she has to pull back. She has no other choice. One sentry for free though. Poizon dealt with it good, but still traded some, and she didn't need to do that. But you know, you never know until it happens. No units swapped in yet there. Okay, good force field here. Only catches 2 Marines. Oh no, actually getting the vision with the observer is actually really good here. One more Marine out, and I think yeah, this is totally deflected. But there's no production on Poizon side. I said from these 3 adepts on that top side of the map, but this is not gonna deal any damage with this flock of Marines here. Lots of bio and double medevacs. This is very deadly at 6 minutes 30. I think both of them gonna fight at 7 minutes. And right now, going for a frontal attack, it is not the best way to go for it, because Stimpak's there, and if Stimpak's there, your army should not be there. As Protoss, this is the saying. Of course, doesn't apply to every Protoss out there. Look at this, look at stats. They make the best out of every situation, and they still make it out alive. Not making a pun on the player, of course. This is going to be interesting to see. I would like to have both cameras, like having another caster being like, look at the bottom side, look at the top side, there's an assault and blah. So yeah. Double medevac drop could be deadly, very deadly. No, actually clearing the rocks will be the choice here. This is delaying that push for a lot of time though, and it's about time right now that Poizon pushes up. I think she's gonna be the rest of the army, and now look at this. I think this force is actually enough to deal with that. Trade base trade TV. 4 SCVs taken down on that side of the map. Putting up these bunkers is gonna be a good job here. 12 SCVs taken down on the other side. Miyako's deciding to attack on the other side, being like, well, I don't care if I lose my base, I don't care if I lose my SCVs, you're gonna lose the game instead. This is the saying right now that goes through her mind. Getting that Python there, getting the rest of these probes is gonna be very... Oh, oops, says Poizon. Oops. No mothership core left. XD. Of course, well, if you don't have an army, you're dead. This is what Miyako says right now. Getting every single thing that she can right now. Force fielded out, but she can just probably load in these medivacs, being like, well, you know what? Who cares? I can just win through that up. Just cash them outside. How about that? And she's gonna cash the fuck inside instead. Too many memes. Every single thing is being taken away. All the stalkers out, of course. No anti-air unit. And if this overcharge was triggered sooner, this could have led to more units being dead. And look at this. There's nothing that she could do right now. Juggling between bases. This is very hard on Sequencer for Protoss right now. Three stalkers warping in. And she should probably snipe that thing instead. Medivux. Getting back that base there. There's even more stuff. This is a Liberator, and there's only 4 stalkers on the field, if I'm right. Yeah, and 1 sentry. This is not enough. This is absolutely not enough, and this is scouted by the observer. And the second flock, the second batch of units comes by. Miyako's gonna be able to reinforce that with the Marines here. 4 adepts being warped in, probably trying to snipe some more mules and SCVs, but that's not gonna change anything to the fact that there's gonna be units rushing through the main base in a short moment, probably in 30 seconds. Of course, this is only a short notice until Poizon notices right now that there's gonna be something wrong while there's something up. Oh, this is in? This is in? No, it's just an F2 binding. We're binding every single unit, of course. Okay, double adepts in every single base. This is well played here. On the other side, as once more, Miyako's be like, well, I don't care. I love my push here. And I know what you expected out of that though. Probably gonna push front, getting up that medevac back in the net 3rd base, and yeah, this is gonna be what matters the most. The push is there, and look at this, the concave being researched, the Liberator's doing a huge amount of damage here. Even though it's taken out, there's only 2 stalkers remaining, there's no adepts left on the field at all. There's nothing to counter that DPS from these Marines, everything rushing through the base. of Poizon here. Everything just melting, full damage. DPS is so strong on that side of the map. 3, 7, 5, well, 6, 7, and more probes being taken away on that side of the map. The cannon is still doing fine, but look at this. Nexus being taken out here. Miyako's just doing a great job multitasking here out of Poizon's base, and this is what we like about the multitasking here. Lots of Terran action. Main base being like GG. Spawning on the bottom right of Odyssey, it is Poizon. And at 11 p.m. AM, whatever. Spawning on the top left, the orange Terran player, Miyako. I'm not mastering the 11 numbers, I mean the clock numbers yet, like Tosis. So of course, lots to learn from better casters. So what's gonna be seen in that game? I think Poizon being like, well, I've been disrupted as I've seen a command center first build. I think this is not often that players do face a command center at, let's say, opener in TVP, in PVT rather, for Protoss' side, because this is very risky. If you go for pylon rushes, basically you can just deflect anything, and even Marines cannot have any amount cannot deal with another charged pylon, so this could be very dangerous. So with that in all consideration, I think Poizon didn't realize that in fact, and probably didn't go for a pylon rush, which would have been the answer through this game, and probably won her some advantages at least, and instead led her to go for base trades and get the mothership core sniped. So what's Poizon's plan right now? I think either it's going to be some cheese or some proxies around the base, or it's going to be something macro full on taking on you against the command center first build. I think, yeah, macro, as I said, 125 the standard timing for Protoss' expansions. So I'm not sure. I think Poizon's playstyle on PVT should be a little bit more aggressive, but that's just me, because I'm winning a lot of PVTs recently just being passive instead, but it's because I just try to teach myself how to defend every single time. But being aggressive is a good key for winning against Terran. If you just overload them, if you just multitask them the same way they multitask you with drops and Marines, basically they won't be doing anything to you. It's very easy to see one player crumbling from multitask if you do it the same way that they do it to you. Like most players are not, like specifically Terrans in TVP, are not used to face a lot of Prismus actions and Adepts harass on the same time. So as Protoss, we just like to do basically one main push and going for a Prism Adept harass on the side. But if we go for multiple harasses on every single side of the base, basically people will be like, oh, I'm just crumbling around its DPS, GG straight. Just some of the reactions that could happen though. Covering that base with the Adepts, it's gonna be a good call, because this one's gonna get here in time, totally intercepting up that Reaper here. Good job with the Adept, and now she's gonna be able to shade away. Mothership code is being researched. I think the robotics facility will come up soon, because if you start macro that way up, I don't know why you wouldn't go for a robotics facility in case your opponent goes for cyclones or anything nasty that way. Getting even immortals, this is very good against Terran, of course. Oh, boom! This is what we want to see. One Reaper taken down, doesn't scout any sort of tech building. She's gonna have to scan later on. This is what it says. When the Reaper doesn't scout the tech building, this is definitely telling that you need to scout afterwards using a scan. And yeah, robotics facility, do more gates. These double adepts will try to find some damage in the naturals of Miyako's naturals. Basically, getting one mule can be enough, actually worth it. Even if you lose one of the adepts, just getting the mule is actually worth it. So, 3-shot a mule, get away with it. This is fine. Sentry? Why? If a sentry goes through, basically, if a Widowmine drops Okas, you don't have any answer to that. Well, you need to shade away while everything has been taken down, and now the SCV survives. There's only one that died through that engagement. Well played here on the hold, Miyako. Getting strong. Losing more adepts though. I think this is a weakness that Poizon is just breeding over TVP so far. Like losing the first few adepts. This is good to harass and probably wins you some games sometimes. You need to be very careful with the first units that you have in the main game, in the early game, because holding Widowmine drops, holding Cyclone all-ins or Reaper all-ins with Cyclones, anything all-ins from Terran, you need every single unit you can get your hands on. And look at this Marine Murder Force. I think, yeah, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be dealt with really easily but the main problem is that she's gonna have to call overcharges for that. And probably if she's not careful, she could probably lose 1 or 2 Stalkers out of that assault. And no, oh well. Miyako's seen the danger, being like, well, I'm not gonna risk anything, keeping my units. I've been getting 2 Adepts for free. 1 SCV just died out of that, but that's okay. I was expecting it. My Reaper died, but it was supposed to die at some point. And yeah. Don't you think that's bad for Reapers? Like, they're hired in all knowledge that they're gonna be fired or just killed at some point. Like, they'll not die in their hospital bed or in their home bed. They'll just die in the combat field. Though that feels like an honor for most soldiers, doesn't that feel like you don't want to take the you don't want to take up the risk of dying if you just get hired in the army, right? Right. Maybe just people have a pride in their nation that is just blinding them so hard. But that's not the topic here, as we see more Adept Stalkers and an Immortal being thrown down, as we see Liberator. Liberator. It's time to get liberated, as this force with double medevac, one Widowmine. This one could be dropped in the main base on the same time, and this guy could actually soak up the first few damage. Oh, I think this is gonna be instead an attack here on the main base, loading at buff medevacs. No, not even. Not a chance right now. But this guy will do the job here. I think just getting buff pylons there will be enough actually to just draw out that game. Okay, one is out. The Widowmine didn't trigger on time. Getting the observers huge there as we get the second pylon getting... Oh, this one's gonna get empowered? No, this is a pylon in the back. Of course, second Liberator probably sieging up on that ramp instead. Getting that Nexus is gonna be hard for Poizon to come back from here. Lots of DPS placed on that Nexus. There's almost nothing that right now Poizon can do to hold that up. And as it says... Oh, actually... Forget about that. Force fielded up, but oh, the overcharge. Is it gonna be taking out the... Yeah, it's gonna be. Totally. But everything is unpowered there. This is a bad call here. I think she could totally snipe that sentry here. Very low on health. More force fields on the way, but she can't go through. The damage output here. Third base is about completion. We have the DT Shrine about to be completed. No warping in some. The scans are still available though. There's one scan here and one scan there. No mules being thrown down at all, so... Yeah, the Liberator is taken away, but all the Stalkers are bursting with it. And now, well, scanning for that little DT. We don't have that many resources left. We do have that many resources left, sorry. For Poizon, but we don't have the production means for it. So, yeah. The more building she takes, the better she is in that game. Right now, Miyako just trading as much as she can. While Poizon doesn't have any production on that side. And now look at this, getting all the gateways or all the spending she can on these units. More DTs. More deck, of course, getting all the DPS that you need to get away with this force, and I think right now that she would totally need a Raven. This hero DT going to die in a short moment. Now this Immortal has to survive somehow, some way to find an escape against this Marine Marauder first. Now every single pylon is gonna die about the overcharger, so very, very hard game for Poizon here. Just very in the back in this first stage. 6 gates on the way, but off one base that's gonna be lasting one warp in, and that's it. That's only it. This Widowmine is gonna be dead, but oh my god. I think Miyako's gonna pay attention to that. Yeah. Nope. Bye. Two or three more gateways would have been fine though. The 3 in plus 8 gateways off one base, that's not gonna work. And there's no protection at all. Combat shields are researched already. Oh cool. Which prevents the DTs from sniping any sort of units right now. Miyako, what a player, of course! Poizon loses the last Immortal that she had. She's building the Nexus, but it's going to be cancelled very soon. 4 Stalkers didn't deal very well against 3 Marauders and 6 Marines. So, well, blinking back, this is one of the solutions. And Blink Micro can probably seal the deal, but only for a short amount of time, because more units have to be produced here from Miyako, as all of them are streaming through the map. Liberators are on the way already, and if she loses all the Stalkers, that's going to be over already, because everything can be, even if it's cleared out by the rest of them, well, this is already almost over. The DTs are just dying one after the other, and now all about, yeah, liberation zones. This is what you can do anymore. DTs one by one circus here. 3 scans at a time using the 3 command centers energy that she has. One more here being built, of course. Still trying to do more damage here, finding more damage as the units streaming onto the map. Here Miyako getting the reinforcement that she can. Have to just finish that game up already, getting these 2 DTs out. This is what is done right now. GG called. Miyako takes game number 2 in his best of 5. Spawning on the top right of Proxima Station, the Protoss player behind 2-0 in his best of 5 is Poizon. And on the other side, the leading Terran in the range is Miyako. Team LDLC and Team System Gaming, of course. Supply depot there, GLHF. Cold on both sides, very mannered players here, both using sportsmanships, and this is fine. This is very good to see a competition with sportsmanship. And StarCraft being overall a good community with sportsmanship. It's a very hard word to say, guys. Don't blame me. Like overall, all the players in this competition, almost every single competition, are not looking for trouble, are not very PC, or just trying to just deal the trying to piss off admins or anything. Basically, we are a nice community around that. In any tournament, when we have the chance to play, we just are very excited. Though some players tend to be bored out of tournaments because, well, it's a lot of waiting. So of course, it tends to get people tensed and very angry when they wait when they wait 45 minutes for the next match, but that's understandable for some extent. And I think, yeah, okay. Double probe scout. Oh, okay, this is going to be proxy. Probably going to be proxy's target here on that side. Yeah, exactly. No, yeah. Okay, command center first build. And pylon rushes would be the answer here. That would definitely be the answer. Next is being thrown down for a Poizon here, getting the cybernetic skull. I would put 2 pylons there. Getting the mothership core here is not too bad because the rush distance on air is not as bad as the ground distance one. That's what I would do, man. You don't CC first me. Double refinery being taken in a short moment, of course. First Marine out, probably warning up with that last SCV with the supply depot up. I would totally get that mothership right now. Poizon, if you hear me. I know this is not casted live, but anyway. Double refinery, of course. Teaching the Protoss to be like very dirty, using all the dirty techniques, of course, but well, isn't what StarCraft all about, just using techniques against each other? And well, Stargate proxied, this is one of the dirty techniques that we can use against each other. Well, probe scouting and being like, well, I'll see the eBay, so it's it's too bad for my Oracle, but it could still be doing damage against Marines, but it's gonna be probably too late because 5 Marines are already 3 minutes. This is gonna be the time that they need to have 5 out of them, and well, this is actually match point for Miyako. If she holds it very well, basically Poizon has no chance to come back from that game because, well, let's be honest, when a proxy Oracle falls down, there's little to no recovery out of that. You've invested so much in terms of building and in terms of efficiency to get these guys out. If it dies out doing no damage, basically you have almost lost the game already out because, well, getting the second command center is the key point with these mules, and this is not what you want when you're playing as Protoss against Terran. You want to let the Terran not breathe and do whatever they like. Getting the mules upgrade, the mules mining here, and well, oh yeah. This is the interesting part here. Let's follow that guy. Hi, Discobble. This is me. I'm gonna see what's up. A turret. Well, not gonna go that way instead. Just gonna roam around here, see what's up. for the Oracle is requiring a lot of micro from Poizon. Seeing a lot of Marines being like, well, hey, Marines, I'm not gonna attack that. Keeping all my health, losing all my shield, but that's okay. It's gonna regenerate over time. Getting the reveal on the factory, though, getting her the timing of approximately when the first Medivacs will be going out. So that's actually very nice. But right now, yeah. Oh, what? Fleet Beacon, which means Tempest or Carriers. And I think it's gonna be Tempest. Proxy Tempest can be good though. Can be good. Tempest it is. Rotti, you've been pleased tonight as a Proxy Tempest goes out. 3 gateways on the other side though. We need another gateway here to warp in more quickly. To warp quicker units. I mean, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. I'm not gonna get too deep into that. +1 attack for Marines though researched, and this is actually a great deal. If this Tempest is not enough, basically, well, this guy's just gonna take care of him. Steam Pack research is about to be completed as well, so basically when this Tempest is gonna reach that side, she can just run under it, steam, kill it. This is definitely the go here that would Miyako would do here on that side. Second Tempest. I think either she's gonna wait for the second Tempest or just gonna push with the first one. Using the reveal on that one though, I think she's gonna use that dead space instead. Using the dead space could be very deadly though, because she doesn't have any way to secure anything with the Marines, and well, Marines there will just die if they just stand there waiting for the mothership, not mothership, but the Tempest assault. So double Tempest can be very good, sniping and 1 SCV at a time or 1 Marine at a time, depending on what you're focusing, of course. But I think this double Medivacs will be replaced by Vikings in any short moment as soon as these Tempests are being noticed. Of course, 2 more gateways being produced on the way, 2 bases, economy will be pumped down. Of course, we'll see. No, don't trigger that. Oh, what? Wait, what? No, this guy's gonna trigger it though. Oh, this guy's gonna. Of course. You needed a reveal for the Tempest instead. Now that you know it's Tempest, you're just pumping on the Vikings. Of course, this is the good reaction here. No, sniping on the gas, this is a good take, but I think she can just build a third command center and just deal with it. Oh, actually, well, you know what? I don't care about that. Just gonna deal with it using the Vikings and just gonna rush through the main base instead. These 2 little adepts will not do anything to me, as I think I'm strong enough to take on your base right now with this. This is a good decision, good call here from Miyako. Decision making top notch, of course. This is what we expect from Athena's League players. Okay, more Marines, Vikings being thrown down. Reveal or no, just the adept attack here. Double Widowmine here if they have the time to plant down. Actually, the Viking will do the job here. And now it's all about when you plant down here in this side of the map. And look at this. The Vikings still doing a little damage. And now it's on the main base. Look at the assault coming up. The A move is here. Very strong. Very strong power. Thank you. Marching through the base. Miyako is looking very strong to take that third game. And probably doing a lot of damage here, but there's no DTs to be reckoned of. So basically everything is free for Miyako's attack here. Everything can be destroyed, and now she has 4 Tempests, but what's left with Tempest when you have nothing in the base? You have absolutely nothing to do with it. GG called Miyako takes game number 3.